This video presentation is brought to you by the Pro Mathematics Academy. And we're back. This is part 2 of our functions presentation. And in this video, we'll be showing you how to find the inverse of a function, right? So we start off by saying we use the technique that's called the LIME technique, L-I-M-E. And L stands for let y equal f of x, or y equal h of x, or y equal g of x, whatever the function is that you're given. You let y equal to that function, and then I interchange x and y. Miss the e there on interchange, but we want to interchange x and y in the equation, and then we want to make y the subject of the formula, and then express y as the inverse. So it's 4 simple steps to find the inverse of a function. And example number 1, we have f of x equals 2x minus 3 and h of x equal x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. So our first step, right, we want to write y equal f of x. So given f of x equals 2x minus 3, we write y equals 2x minus 3, and then we interchange, which means x is now equal to 2y minus 3, and then transposing for y gives x plus 3 equals 2y, and then x plus 3 divided by 2 is equal to y, which means f inverse of x is equal to x plus 3 divided by 2, and that's our last part where we express y as f inverse. Part 2, we have h of x equals x plus 1 divided by x minus 1, right? And our first step is to let y equal h of x, so this means y is equal to x plus 1 divided by x minus 1, and then we interchange our x and y values, which now gives us x is equal to y plus 1 divided by y minus 1. And then we're transposing now to make y the subject. So we bring y minus 1 from the denominator over to the left-hand side, which becomes x times y minus 1, which is equal to y plus 1. Then distributing x over that term gives us xy minus x equals y plus 1. And then we want to bring y from the right-hand side over to the left-hand side and bring that negative x over to the right-hand side. This then gives us xy minus y equals x plus 1. Then factoring out y from the expression gives us y times x minus 1, and then we divide by x minus 1, which gives us x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 equals y. And then our last step, which is to express y as h inverse of x, means that h inverse of x is equal to x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. And note that in this case, which is a special case, h of x is equal to h inverse of x. To clarify, I will perform another example. In our next example, we say that h of x is equal to 2x plus 3 divided by x minus 7. And let's find h inverse of x. Now, our first step is to let y equal 2x plus 3 divided by x minus 7, and then we want to interchange x and y, so this means x is equal to 2y plus 3 divided by y minus 7, and then we take our y minus 7 from the denominator on the right hand side and we take it to our left hand side, which gives us x times y minus 7 equals 2y plus 3. Distributing x over y minus 7 gives xy minus x times 7 equals 2y plus 3, and then taking the 2y from the right hand side to the left hand side and the 7x from the left hand side over to the right hand side, this then gives us xy minus 2y equals 7x plus 3, which means we can now factor out y out of the term on the left hand side, which gives us x minus 2 times y equals 7x plus 3, and then we divide both sides by x minus 2, which then gives us y equals 7x plus 3 divided by x minus 2, and thus our last step is to express h inverse of x as y, which means h inverse of x is equal to 7x plus 3 divided by x minus 2. That is it for this video. Please remember to hit the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe for future post notification.